A 12-page House resolution detailing misconduct at the highest levels of the Department of Justice and Federal Bureau of Investigation. It will be outlining FISA abuse, how and why the Hillary Clinton email probe ended, and how and why the Trump-Russia probe began. This resolution also calls for the appointment of a second special counsel to investigate the gross misconduct, with the understanding that the Justice Department cannot be expected to investigate itself. It's very important to note that the ranks of the DOJ and FBI are filled with amazing, patriotic Americans who love their job, take their oaths seriously, and perform their jobs objectively with much respect for the rule of law. These are historic, legendary agencies that require transparency and accountability regarding the misconduct that took place. It is important for these exceptional public servants and these important agencies to continue their work moving forward stronger than ever before. As the resolution states, the concerns of the American people are serious, and the issues requiring an immediate, unbiased, independent, and thorough investigation are broad. In just the past few days, we learned that the DOJ, FBI, or both, appeared to have planted at least one person into Donald Trump's presidential campaign to infiltrate and surveil the campaign. This action alone reminds us of just how necessary this resolution is, as well as the appointment of a second special counsel. First, we will discuss some of the misconduct related to how and why the Hillary Clinton email probe ended. Then we will get into details related to the FISA abuse that took place. And finally, we will discuss the misconduct with regards to how and why the Donald Trump-Russia probe began. With regards to Secretary Clinton, federal law and State Department rules, regulations, and protocol were violated with her use of a private email server in her Chappaqua, New York home. Official communications were transmitted on an unsecured server and included emails that contained classified information when they were sent, in addition to other emails which were retroactively deemed classified by the Department of State. Former FBI Director James Comey has acknowledged that 65 of these illicit emails were classified as secret and 22 were classified as top secret. There is significant evidence that the use of this private server by Secretary Clinton was meant to avoid compliance with the Freedom of Information Act, 5 U.S.C. 552, and done to obstruct justice by not having to turn over incriminating emails in the case of a subpoena. Various sensitive emails subject to grand jury and congressional subpoenas were destroyed on Secretary Clinton's private server through the use of BleachBit software and the destruction of hardware before they could be obtained by investigators in March 2015. In a September 2015 meeting between then Attorney General Loretta Lynch and then Director Comey, the Attorney General instructed Director Comey to refer to the Clinton email investigation as a matter, thus watering down the severity of the investigation and aligning the Justice Department's rhetoric with the messaging of the Clinton campaign. Cheryl Mills, who served as counselor and chief of staff to Hillary Clinton during her tenure as Secretary of State, was offered immunity from prosecution in exchange for access to her laptop that contained many of the questionable emails. According to transcripts obtained by the Senate Judiciary Committee, former Director Comey was prepared to exonerate Hillary Clinton as early as April or May of 2016 when he began to draft a statement announcing the end of his investigation before up to 17 key witnesses, including Secretary Clinton herself and several of her closest aides, were even interviewed. Comey contradicted these transcripts when he stated during sworn testimony before the House Judiciary Committee on September 28, 2016, that he made the decision.
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a
Hey,
Q.
Froggy.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for 5/28/18. It is Memorial Day. It is a day that we honor all of our fallen military members from all branches. We salute you. Godspeed and God bless your family and everything that you have done for us. I hope everyone's enjoying their long extended weekends, but remembering why we have this day. It's not really for the sales and all the, multiple corporations being open and having the sales and saving a buck or two. They always pitch it about that, but the true meaning, I think we all know. So, our fallen heroes and sheroes, God bless you. All right. QAnon, Q clearance, still quite a bit of buzz going on. Is it a psyop? Are we being duped? Again, we have talked about this over and over. We're going to keep reading them until we find out, till it stops. It's just something that's happening. I wouldn't take it as, CNN's a psyop. Lots of these other ones, they lie. If this was a psyop, folks, it would be one that played into everything that we wanted. So it would be that kind of a different angle. But again, we've gone over this. We're just going to keep reading them. And then watching the real, what we believe to be the real news and what's unfolding. It's been a great journey so far anyway. So again, without further ado here, and it's been a long weekend. I've been out myself enjoying some of the weather. Okay, let's see here if we got... It's been a few days since I've posted, but yeah, March 22nd, here we are on the 28th, folks, so nothing posted since then. Okay, so we have, read a few here from the Trump. Say, Happy Memorial Day, Happy Memorial Day. Those who died for our great country would be very happy and proud at how well our country is doing today. Best economy in decades, lowest unemployment numbers for blacks and Hispanics ever, and women in 18 years. Rebuilding our military and so much more. Going back here to the 27th. Why didn't President Obama do something about the so-called Russia meddling when he was told about it by the FBI before the election? Because he thought crooked Hillary was going to win, and he didn't want to upset the apple cart. He was in charge, not me, and he did nothing. Let's skip around here. There's quite a bit. I'm just reading a few. Why didn't the 13 angry Democrats investigate the campaign of crooked Hillary Clinton? Many crimes, much collusion with Russia. Why didn't the FBI take the server from the DNC? Rigged election. So that's a very good point, folks. We have them claiming that Donald should be happy that they embedded his campaign. They thought they had lots of, Russia going on there. So they thought they'd get in there and see if they could see it for themselves. But we know that Guccifer 2.0 supposedly hacked Hillary's and all the issues they were having. So maybe they should have had informants in both. So this whole Russia probe is rigged, just an excuse as to why the Dems and crooked Hillary lost the election in decades. Crooked Hillary lost the election in states that haven't been lost in decades. 13 angry Democrats and all Dems, if you include the people who worked for Obama for 8 years. Spygate and conflicts of interest. All right. So lots going on since Friday, Thursday, over throughout the weekend. The whole Spygate, they're trying to, semantics with the words. That's not what we call them. But if you had somebody from, Russia literally here, they call them a spy. But maybe Russia has a technical name. And I don't know if our own government would abide by what Russia's calling it. They'd be like, no matter what they call it, it's a spy. And it's the same thing that's kind of going on here. You had somebody embedded in, other people around didn't know it. This person's asking questions, prodding, poking, sniffing around, and then returning information back to who sent that person. That is the textbook definition of a spy. But they don't like that word, and they'll argue over it all day long. what we were doing is this, and then write out what they, exactly their meaning. And it's like, well, that's what a spy means, but that's not what we call it. And you'll just never agree for days. It is semantics, playing with words, word ninjas. All right, let's see here if we got any. Here's another one from May 27th, yesterday. Our United States team has arrived in North Korea to make arrangements for the summit between Kim Jong-un and myself. I truly believe North Korea has brilliant potential and will be great economic and financially nation one day. Kim Jong-un agrees with me on this. It will happen. The president deserves some answers at Fox News in discussing Spygate. Sally Yates is part of concerns people have raised about bias in the Justice Department. I find her actions to be really quite unbelievable. Jonathan Turley. We now find out that the Obama administration put the opposing campaign's presidential candidate or his campaign under investigation. That raises legitimate questions. I just found this really odd. This goes to the heart of our electoral system. Jonathan Turley. Okay, so I'm going to play this last video to close out. Minute 45. Trump's Here, Our Fallen Heroes have not only written our history, they have shaped our destiny. They saved the lives of men and women with whom they've served. They've cared for their families more than anything in the world. They loved their families. They inspired their communities. All right, so web browser. All right, folks, I'll be back here maybe later on this evening. Just wanted to give you guys a little update. I've been absent for a few days, but I am back now. So, all right, we'll close this out. Again, happy Memorial Day. Please say a brief prayer for all the fallen, the heroes and sheroes of all past conflicts and wars and just any incidents. We truly appreciate it, and God bless you and your families and just all of those around you. Again, thank you. All right, here we go. We're gonna finish this video out, and I'll see you guys back here on the next Patriot Hour update. I'm Mike. Again, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Subscribe, ring the bell, please comment, like, share the videos, and look in the description box. I typically leave the links for anything we go over. Again, talk to you here real soon. God bless, Godspeed, and have a great rest of your day.
Our fallen heroes have not only written our history, they've shaped our destiny. They saved the lives of the men and women with whom they served. They cared for their families more than anything in the world. They loved their families. They inspired their communities, uplifted their country, and provided the best example of courage, virtue, and valor the world will ever know. They fought and bled and died so that America would forever remain safe and strong and free. Each of the markers on that field, each of the names engraved in stone, teach us what it means to be loyal and faithful and proud and brave and righteous and true. That is why we come to this most sacred place, That is why we guard these grounds with absolute devotion. That is why we always will remember. Because here, on this soil, on these grounds, beneath those fields, lies the true source of American greatness, of American glory, and of American freedom. As long as we are blessed with patriots such as these, we shall forever remain one people, one family, and one nation under God.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
Froggy.